Hello, welcome to FHE on the Road with Christine Stevenson. This podcast is designed to connect the people and the places from the past with your lives today, with 5-minute stories and facts from church history. Save these stories for when you are traveling through these areas to bring history to life. Okay, today we're going to talk about the Stephen A. Douglas prophecy. So I heard about this way back in the day, and it is one of my favorite stories. It's so interesting, or I guess it's my favorite when prophets or apostles give a prophecy and it seems so off the wall. Like it's just out of nowhere where you think there's no way that possibly could come to be. And then it does. So that is how it was with the Stephen A. Douglas prophecy. Because Stephen A. Douglas was an American politician from Illinois who was very successful in climbing the political ladder. He is most famous for his debates with Abraham Lincoln, and those debates are known as the Lincoln-Douglas debates. When Stephen A. Douglas was climbing the political ladder, he tried to work with the Latter-day Saints to get their votes behind him while he was a judge in Illinois. So he had some political aspirations, and he knew getting the Saints behind him was important. So he visited the Saints in Nauvoo and worked to get the vote. He had dinner at the prophet Joseph Smith's home on May 18th, 1843, and Joseph Smith prophesied to Stephen A. Douglas that Stephen A. Douglas would aspire to the presidency of the United States. And this is the prophecy. He says, "Judge, you will aspire to the presidency of the United States, and if ever you turn your hand against me or the Latter-day Saints, you will feel the weight of the hand of the Almighty upon you. You will live to see and know that I have testified the truth to you, for the conversation of this day will stick to you through life." So that was pretty powerful. You can read that in the History of the Church, page 5, 394. So then Stephen A. Douglas did end up aspiring to be the president of the United States, as we know, debating against Abraham Lincoln. He did have the opportunity to defend the church, but in a political speech in 1857, he viciously attacked the church. And he said the church is a loathsome, disgusting ulcer in the body of politic, and recommended that Congress cut it out. So that's terrible. I'm sure it was really upsetting to hear that, because he did come and they did think that they were friends. Obviously, Joseph Smith knew what would happen, or knew that there were options about what would happen. So some have asserted that no one had better prospects for the presidency than did Douglas. When the results of the election were tallied, he received only 12 electoral votes. The election victory went to an obscure backwoodsman by the name of Abraham Lincoln. A few months after the election, Mr. Douglas died a broken man in the prime of his life. So it's a really sad story. But I love that he had options. He knew and chose to say those things and do those things against the members of the church. And Joseph Smith prophesied that if that was the case, and that was years later. So let's see, he met Joseph Smith in 1843. And then it wasn't until when he ran to be president in 1857. So yeah, he had a chance. And he probably didn't quite believe Joseph Smith was telling the truth. So that is the prophecy, the Stephen A. Douglas prophecy. It's pretty cool. Thank you for listening to FHE on the Road today. We hope you enjoyed what you've heard. Please like, subscribe, and share with anyone who'd be interested in these stories. Thanks.